Hello, my name is Pasty. Welcome to Moist Monday, where I do bosses in okay gear, as fast as I'm comfortable with. Oh god, that was dumb. I'm kidding, boys. Welcome back to a Sweaty Sunday. This is a series in which I, Tasty, kill the bosses in RuneScape with maximum gear, doing the sweatiest methods possible for 8 hours straight. And I know, boys, it is a crowd favorite. Y'all been wanting it back, so today, say hello to the very first episode of Season 2. Now, I've been doing a lot of thinking about what I want for Season 2. It's got to be banging. It's got to be exciting. So, what I'm thinking is we're going to go back to our mother heckin' roots, boys. 8 hours of sweaty PVM. Racing against the wiki. If I lose, then guess what? You guys win that money, all right? You'll be given away to a lucky commenter, so drop the RSN down in the comments. Tell me what you're going to do with the money if you win. Obviously, you got to like and subscribe because this is my job, and I will literally starve to death if you don't. If I win, however, we are going to be going back to the casino. And I know I pussyfooted around the casino in Season 1. I wasn't sure if I wanted to promote it because it's dangerous for your cash stack and your mental health. So I'm going to start off with this warning, guys. If you go to the Sand Casino, you are an idiot and you deserve to lose your money. But with that being said, I'm going to be going there. So anyway, content is more important than money, right? If all else fails, I will take a Raid Shadow Legends sponsor and I will just buy bonds with it. So what is the lucky boss for the very first episode? Well, I thought to have as much fun as possible, I would head to my very own personal prison, Grotesque Guardians. That is right, boys. This is my final Slayer pet. I've been grinding this out for months to no avail. I'm literally ranked 254 right now with 3,661 KC. So we're a little bit dry, but hopefully my luck will turn around this video. Who knows? Alright, we're going to jump in here as quick as possible, boys. This is our gear setup. So we have max melee, we have a Blood Fury, which is so disgustingly strong here. It is so good that my trip length depends entirely on the amount of prayer potion drops I get, which my PB trip is like 33 kills, I think. I do not bring the Chally. It's fairly inconsistent, not really worth the slot. It's really only used if you're going for a PB time on a single kill. The big debate here is Claws versus SGS. Honestly, they're really similar in kills per hour. I just prefer the playstyle of Claws. Here is the inventory. You don't need too much food, again, because the Blood Fury is extremely OP. This is really just kind of emergency to tide you over till you get potato drops or more brew drops or something like that. We have the Crystal Dust here to make more Divine Combat Potions, which, yeah, the boss drops the normal ones, so you turn them into Divines. I don't use them that often, maybe about a third of the time, but they are very much worth bringing for long-term farming. It's pretty easy. So now that we got all this stuff, boys, we're going to do some quick maths. Now, for Season 2, I want to focus on the raw output of the bosses, so I'm not going to be subtracting supply costs for the final measurement, but of course they will be included, since I'm assuming you want to know. With that said, in this setup, guys, I lose money. Like, I'm bringing Dragon Darts here, I've got a Blood Fury, and I'm using a Scythe. That is around 3,000 GP per swing by itself, plus the Dragon Darts that I kind of have to use to maximize my Phase 3 skip chance, but we'll give a demo when we get there so you guys kind of understand what I'm talking about. The target is going to be 35 kills per hour, which is about what I can expect in a pretty perfect hour. The GP is going to be 1.45 million per hour, or 11.6 mil for the day, which I think I spend upwards of 2 mil on supplies per hour, if I'm being honest. So I am very much interested to see the final count. With that being said, we do have 42 left on task here. It is a task-only monster. So let's just jump right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, Tasty from the far future coming in here to say that we did have a bit of a technical difficulty recording the very first trip of Sweaty Sunday, but fear not because the rest is fine, and I want you all to stay tuned because trust me, it is worth it. Alright, it is early morning for me, so also I apologize for the morning voice here, but let's see if we get lucky. Dirdell, please. No. Jesus. Alright, boys, it is time to do my favorite thing in the world, and that is do a little bit of skipping. For some reason, my shadow play is not working particularly well. I don't know why. However, we just finished off our first task here. A little over 3,700 KC, about like 42 kills in, which is pretty good. Took about an hour, 20 minutes. Nothing special, of course, because that is how that goes. But we did a little bit of skipping, as you just saw, and it only took like 3 tasks to get another gargoyles task, which is supremely lucky. So we're going to, I don't know, we're just going to celebrate by doing more of the boss that we were just doing. Just kind of a checkup, like I said, we are 85 kills in, a little bit over 2.5 hours, so we're falling behind very slightly, but I guess that's what I get for streaming it. Anyway, there were a couple things that I was talking about that unfortunately did not get recorded, so I'm going to go over them again here, just because I think they're important to hear and they're good to know about this boss. And then I'm also going to give a little demo, a little guide to how I do this boss, because a lot of people want to know my methods, my strats, the most efficient way to farm, so we are going to do that. Also, fuck you for putting me in that corner, dude. I actually hate it when it does that. That is so annoying. Oh, okay, well... First trip, or first kill of the day, actually. First kill of the day and of the trip. We get ourselves a granite ring. Completely useless, but it is a nice little number to go up in the collection log, so very fun. Oh, and that also brings me to my second point here. People ask me why I never pick up the stuff on the ground. Well, it's because in this instance, they do not despawn. And since I'm using divine timers, I would rather not waste the time ticking away and just continue to kill these. At the end of the trip, when I'm completely out of supplies, that is when I will pick everything up, out it all, and get it in my inventory. So, yeah, for those wondering, that's why I leave all the loot on the ground. It's not because I'm extremely rich and arrogant. Only one of those things is true. Did I get another granite ring? What the Okay, well, cool. I don't know how rare that is, but I will take it. I'm pretty sure these are like worthless, too. Let me see how much these are worth. 25k. Honestly, that's almost worth elking, but whatever, you know, not gonna complain. Number go up good. Hit the like button and subscribe. Just some general information for players who might be a little bit newer to the game or have never done this boss because they have literally no reason to. This is a task-only boss. This is one of 6 Slayer bosses in the game, and I think it's the first at 75 Slayer. I can't think of anything else, so I'm pretty sure this is the first, but anyway. Yeah, I recommend newer players actually do give this a try. A lot of people say it's a boring boss. A lot of people kind of hate on it. But honestly, I don't think it's that bad. Especially after, I guess, the buff or the nerf. I don't even know what you would call it. But previously, this time last year, if you did this boss, it would take like 2.5 to 3 minutes because there were so many unnecessary phases and transitions and waiting time. It would be a 2-minute, 30-second kill, and a minute of that would literally just be waiting around for the boss to finish transitioning. So it was very tedious, but they fixed it. Now I think the fight actually flows pretty well. And especially, you know, if you have max gear like this, it's very quick to farm. It's kind of fun. I think a lot of the mechanics are fairly unique. So I would say give it a try, everybody. It's not particularly challenging, but it will kind of warm you up to bosses with different phases, different mechanics. So, yeah. You know, I was getting ready to shit on the loot of this boss in an upcoming clip, but now that I think about it, if you're an Iron Man, I feel like this stuff is not really too bad. I mean, it's a lot of alchables. It's probably better just to do normal gargoyles for it. However, a lot of smithing supplies as well, a lot of kind of neat little things. They were considering making granite dust tradable, which I think would be interesting. I don't know. I would have to think about that a little bit more and think about the implications, but that would certainly be pretty game-changing for this boss specifically. Okay, well, that looks like about the end of our 5th trip here. We are just over 3 hours in. I know you guys can't see the timer. Give me a sec. I think you can do it if I just, pull this up. So, here is the timer. We got 4 hours, 52 minutes left, boys. Let's see how many kills we got going on. We got 106 kills, so we are actually pretty close to being on track of 35 kills per hour. We're not doing too poorly. Let's see if we can keep it up. I figured now was as good a time as ever to give you guys a quick run through of the fight and what I do, I guess a mini guide. So this first phase, you're attacking Dawn. Now I do the lazy way where I just camp, protect from range, rigor, and attack it down. You can off tick these actually. They should be 1 tick off. Yeah, like that perfectly. They'll just spawn that way. However, I do so much damage with the Scythe and Blood Fury that I can pretty much just, heal through anything. Now, second phase is melee only. It's Dusk, so you switch to your melee gear. Drop this. Now, after your third attack, he will do that little pushback thing. So you need to make sure that you are away from him on the tick that rolls. Pretty simple. Now this is the main transition phase, which goes to phase 3. Now this is the one that a lot of people have questions about. I camp protect from melee because Dawn has a chance to melee if you are in melee range, so I just do that and stand in melee range, and obviously Dusk always attacks with melee. So it's a little bit easier. You can off-tick him on this phase too, but like I said, not necessary. I also do the Orb Skip, so if you were a lower level player, you would have gotten those orbs. They get to a certain amount of time, like on the ground, they will just go to the boss and heal her for exorbitant amounts. Makes the kill a lot longer, but yeah, with good DPS, you can skip that. So that's kind of the phase here. Now, the fourth and final phase, Dusk can attack with melee and range, so this is where you use your specs just to give as much damage as possible, because this is when you're going to be taking damage, just like that. And the strat for that is you essentially just have to pray against whatever he attacked with last. So there's some math behind it that I could go into, but that's all you need to know. Just pray whatever he attacked with last, and you'll block the majority of the damage. So it's a pretty fast fight. As you can see, it was 1:32. They used to have like 3 other transition phases that used to take forever, and it would be like a 2-minute, 30-second fight. If you were, you know, lucky. Like that was an average fight. So I'm glad they fixed it a little bit. Now it kind of goes a lot smoother, as you can see. But yeah, that is how I do it. Oh no! Ah, shit. Oh, my Blood Fury degraded. I just started the trip, dude. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Yeah, that's... Oh, that's bad. Yeah, I might just go do a quick ninja bang and reload this thing with 3 more blood shards after this kill. That's probably the way to do it. Alright, lucky 777. What do we get? Absolutely fucking nothing. Dude, I literally just got 3 new Blood Fury shards into my fucking Blood Fury, and it already has taken 500. Dude, this thing eats Blood Fury charges. It's actually kind of gross. I think this is where the majority of my profit is going, is literally into the Blood Fury. It might even be worth, if you're looking for profit on this boss, to just bring a torture switch. I personally don't give a shit, but if you do, yeah, try bringing a torture switch, because you stay pretty high health for a lot of the time. End of trip number 5 or 6. You guys can't see the timer again, but it is 4 hours and 2 minutes remaining, so we are just about halfway through. Let me check the kills. 134. Okay, we're doing all right. 3,800 KC. Nice. All right, that is the end of the 5th hour here, just about. We have a little bit more, and like, I don't know, the 6th or 7th trip, we are at 164 kills, so we're doing pretty okay. Definitely forgot to bring the Thrall, which I guess I will do next time. I think I'm gonna go to the gym real quick, get a quick pump. All right, it's my day off from streaming, so we gotta make the most of it. Anyway, I will see you guys back with the next clip. For anyone curious about the average value of a trip, let's do a quick little check. I usually get around $1 mil, so we'll see if we're on par with that. Okay, that's actually pretty good. 1.2 mil plus another 2,300 dust, so I'm actually very interested to see how much dust I'm going to have by the end of it. Gentlemen, I have done a bit of theory crafting here, so I really want to try out this new Arceus spellbook at the Grotesque Guardians. I'll be honest, I was doing some reading on it, and it seems like it's going to be potentially meta-changing. It is surprisingly strong. So this is the inventory setup that we're going to be going with. I ditched the Crystal Dust because I don't really need it, I feel like. I use it very rarely, and on top of that, our rune pouch is changing up a little bit, and we still, of course, need the nature runes, because I do have to switch back oh, thank you. I do have to switch back to a standard spellbook at the end, so I can, you know, elk everything, so I don't just lose all of my money completely. Yeah, we need the Book of the Dead. Everything else is pretty much the same. I am excited to see how this goes. I've heard it's like an extra, just straight 1 DPS, so I'm anticipating it's going to be quite strong. I am going to be using it to skip the healing orb phase more consistently. I probably get like, I don't know, 90% success rate at this point, so I'm hoping to push this to like 95 maybe. We'll find out. I'll do a kill with it, and we'll see how it goes. Okay. Damn, this thing's putting in work, bros. What? This thing's hitting 2s and 3s constantly. Oh, god damn, this thing is good, bro. Dude, this thing is actually chunking, man. This thing is actually chunking. What the hell? That was so fast. Oh my god. That is strong. Does it attack this guy? Let's find out if it attacks this guy. It does also cost prayer points. Okay, it does attack him, but it doesn't look like... Oh, it does 3 damage? Okay. Maybe not. Maybe that was me. I don't know. This might not do any damage, but even if it just attacks Dawn on that transition phase, that is insane. If you don't fail any skips, that is going to be just a brutal amount of time saved overall. This could be pushed up to 40 kills per hour. That is, oh my god, that is so good. And it looks like you can summon one immediately. I don't want to test it. We'll see. It also costs prayer points. I don't know if I mentioned that. So that does suck. We are taking one less super restore. Might have to kind of balance out the inventory as it goes, but for now, this seems okay. Okay, next thing I gotta work on is the timing. I'm wondering, because I spawned it at the start of the transition phase last kill, and it lasted up until 1 hit here. I'm wondering if I spawn it at the start, or near the start, so it helps me get that first phase down. I wonder if I can still have it up for the entirety of the Orb Skip. I'm gonna give it a shot at next kill and see how it goes. I'm actually gonna save it for this kill. Okay, he's still chilling there. I need to look up how long he lasts, because I genuinely have no clue. I would think like a minute at most, right? He's still up. And yeah, okay, he lasted the entire phase. I guess that's definitely the move. That's probably the biggest time sink. Or time save, rather, I mean. And look, he just disappeared. Okay, perfect. Yeah, just even in my next, like, several kills, boys, I'm getting consistent sub 130. It's actually kind of insane. And it raises the question here. Normally I used to bring claws, but since this cast requires 6 prayer points, and I cast it every single kill, it might even be worth to bring in SGS, because that's essentially a full prayer pot of prayer points used just on that spell alone, and I'm 1 prayer pot down from my normal like inventory because of what I have to bring. So an SGS might not actually be too bad here. I'm gonna give it a try on the very next trip. Bit of an update, we have roughly 2 hours to go, and I will give some stats at the end of this trip. Yeah, so turns out I'm pretty dumb, guys. There was literally a runelight timer for the Thrall. It lasts for 1 minute. So, I mean, I am stupid, but that is good news. Okay, a full minute. That's actually kind of a lot of time. And the theorized DPS is 1 DPS, so it's literally just 60 free damage, although I guess half of it is wasted because it's on Dusk. But regardless, it skips the important part. Thrall's OP. This is kind of meta changing. I haven't looked into the rest of the spells, but I know there are some pretty funky ones, so yeah, I don't know. I'm not particularly for or against it. I don't think meta change is a bad thing if it's a healthy meta change, but we'll have to see the long-term effects. Okay, just finished up our first official trip with the Thralls, and it is actually... It is insane. It is really, really good. There's a couple points. Now, number 1, my average kill time was literally 130 to 135, which is... It's really, really fast. If we're being aggressive and we're saying it's 130, then that is actually 40 kills per hour, which is honestly just nutty. But the caveat is that we didn't get that many kills this trip. If I do the math here, we got under 20. We got like 18 kills this trip, which is not bad, but it is fairly low. And another caveat is that we have to spellbook swap with the max cape here. So we can do it 5 times a day if we change it back to the Arceus at our house, which is not a huge deal, but it is limited if you really wanted to sit down and just grind this boss out. Just something to keep in mind, but overall, this is absolutely worth it. I'm going to continue to do that, and I'm also going to bring in SGS in my next trip, because I actually think that will probably lend itself to a bit longer trips. We'll find out. Oh, and for anyone asking, a little under 2 hours left. Hello friends, once again, Future Tasty here. Didn't like the audio quality of these clips, something was a little weird, so I'm coming in podcast style for a voiceover. Now, what you're seeing here is the very final kill of the task, and I had a choice to make here. I had about 15 to 20 minutes left of the 8 hours, and getting a task from tutorial skipping could potentially take another 3 to 4, so I decided to call it here and eat the losses. It's like 8 kills maximum, but in the end it didn't really matter, so let's run to the stats. We achieved a little bit over 30 kills per hour, which is worse than I wanted, but we did spend some time theorizing with the Arceus spellbook, and I am a human, so I don't achieve tick profession except for the bedroom. Now, this is the loot we got, not including supply drops, because we mostly consumed those or just left them on the ground, and this is with all of the alchables out as well. That's a whopping 11.1 mil, boys, or almost 1.4 mil per hour, and with the supplies, I did the math here, guys. I actually spent over 15 mil on charges and darts and consumables. So technically, I paid 375,000 GP per hour to kill this boss. I'd rather not think about that. Now, the more mathematically astute among you will realize that I have indeed lost this episode of Sweaty Sunday, and I owe someone 11 mil. And that could be you, right? So pop your RSN down in the comments, boys. Like and subscribe. The government actually said that you had to, so I don't know, man. Don't ask me. I just kind of work here. And above all else, welcome back to Season 2 of Sweaty Sunday. I probably won't release these videos every week, maybe bi-weekly, so I can put a little bit more effort into them. But trust me, everybody, the challenges only get harder from here on out. Stay tasty.
Woo. Don't even think for a second, nigga, you might need a moment. You were only given one shot like a buzzer beater, but you stoned it. Brick house, brick house, brick house, brick house. 11 bricks at the studio, here's a brick on the house, here's a brick on the house. Yeah, you know they're coming quick, just like SWAT in the drug bust, but I'm slick, bitch, call me Rick.